Okay, my name is Ollie Sanitas. I'm Executive Director of Arapahoe Libraries, and we're thrilled to be here to celebrate this milestone with the Governor Jared Polis, and of course Nicole Davies, and of course the Imagination Library. So everybody welcome, and I'm here to introduce the State Librarian, Nicole Davies.
Thanks, Ollie. Congratulations to the Arapahoe Library District in becoming a direct supporter of the Imagination Library. The Colorado State Library, public libraries, and school libraries across the state have supported this program since it was passed into legislation. As partners and librarians, we know the power of books and words. We have been on the front line of this meaningful work for decades. When these kids graduate from the Imagination Library, if they are not already using their public library, we welcome them as they transition to this beautiful space that provides endless opportunities for growth and development. The public library community in Colorado has more than 263 public library locations around the state, which is more than King Soopers, Safeways, and City Markets combined. Annually, Colorado libraries welcome over 17 million visitors. That's more than our 4 state national parks receive in a year. And we answer more than 2 million reference questions and check out materials more than 53 million items. So libraries in Colorado are pretty awesome. And with that, I would like to welcome a true library supporter, our Governor, Jared Polis.
Well, thank you. We are joined by Senator Jeff Bridges. We're joined by Representative Emily Sirota. We are joined by the CEO of the Colorado Imagination Library, Jack Tate, who also happened to be a former state senator as well. Thank you, Arapahoe Library District, for hosting us today. Imagination Library affiliates, I think there's a number in attendance. We have some parents who've enrolled their children in Imagination Library. We have some kids. We also have Llama Llama, beloved character. This is the 1 million book milestone, and in just a few moments we'll be giving Little Haven, who's here, a book that we probably all know and love, The Little Engine That Could, is going to be the millionth book. We also have one of Dolly Parton's books, The Coat of Many Colors. They also made a wonderful documentary on her life based on this. This was, she grew up very poor, as you know, in a rural area, and the first piece of original clothing she got was one that was kind of made by her mother, patched together from a bunch of other old clothing that she thought was beautiful, but some of the other kids made fun of her for it. So it's a very good story, overcoming adversity. Thanks to the work of Senator Bridges and Representative Sirota, we have a statewide Imagination Library program that's an important resource for families and children. So we know the difference it makes when kids have access to books and read books. And for many families, it's difficult or inconvenient or costly to get books, and just making sure that kids have age-appropriate books in their hands for parents to read to them makes an enormous difference in children developing a lifelong love of learning. When I first signed the legislation, it was in 2020, and since then we've reached over 70,000 kids, and today we are going to be taking the next step and signing legislation to transition into our new Department of Early Childhood, when at least Dr. Lisa Roy is here and cheered, discontinued work around early literacy. The Colorado Department of Education, and of course our state librarian is part of that great department, really works on kind of the K-12 side with our school districts, with school libraries, with so many others. Our state now has a birth to 5 effort through the Department of Early Childhood. Obviously the part you've all heard about is free universal preschool. By the way, open for enrollment when? Today? Tomorrow, open for enrollment, second year, sign up. New and improved. Thursday, sorry. It opens Thursday for enrollment, and parents have, I think, about a month before the first, they have about a month to pick, and obviously if they miss, they can still do it, but for the first lottery, If you want to have the best choice, we recommend you do that next month. But another important project of Department of Early Childhood, after we sign this, will be Imagination Library. An Imagination Library helps increase kindergarten readiness, results in higher literacy scores, and that's been documented by a number of studies, even after kids age out of the program, the benefits endure. It's increased engagement at local public libraries. What tremendous resources. My kids go to the library, and what another great reason to interact with your library. And it also has increased the number of families that just read together on a daily basis. When you get books in the mail, especially if they're from somebody as wonderful as Dolly, you're likely to read them to your kids. And I think all of us remember those first books that we read as kids, that we treasured, and now the books that we read to our kids. Early literacy sets a child up for success in elementary school and beyond. And it's really founded on access to books. And that's something that many of us take for granted, but it's important to know that there's a lot of barriers to getting age-appropriate books for parents, and what Imagination Library does is helps overcome those. It's a big part of our work to make sure that every child in Colorado, in every part of our state, no matter the income level, race, no matter who the parents are, has a strong start, saves families money, including with the work that we do to now with Universal Preschool. And I want to encourage every family with a kid that's birth through age 5, to sign up for Imagination Library, if you haven't done so already. And so my main message to parents of kids birth through 5 is sign up at imaginationlibrarycolorado.org so you can start getting your free age-appropriate books with Colorado's partnership with Imagination Library and the legendary Dolly Parton. So we're going to invite the family up, and then if our state legislators can join me in handing the millionth book over, and then we'll give them a chance to say a few words, and we'll sign the bill. Okay, join me over here. It's for Haven. Ready? Haven, look at these. Let's all come around here so you guys all we don't know what's going on. You guys have Haven, look at this. Is he in it too, by the way? Is he in it? Who gets the billion in the first one? Is it? It's a very good book. Hawkins, you want this one? This is called The Leverage of the Good. What do you think, buddy? You got English and Spanish? Some of the cool things. Chug, chug, chug. What do you like treats?
Really locked in on this.
Ladies and gentlemen, the 1 millionth book! Thank you to our state legislators, and I think former Senator Jack Tate will introduce our legislators, and then we'll do the signing. And give an update on the program as well.
Thanks.
Yeah, good to see you.
Again, I'd like to thank the governor for his leadership, not only in just early literacy and championing early childhood welfare, but just making our program a priority for all young children throughout Colorado. The statewide Imagination Library program is only part of the puzzle. The program really exists in every community and county throughout Colorado, where right now over 56 nonprofit organizations at the local level work with us to raise money in their communities and enroll children in their community, several of whom are here today. For example, the Arapahoe Library District, where we are today, is an affiliate of ours, as well as Jefferson County Library District's here, a prospective almost very soon affiliate. Douglas County Library District is our affiliate for Douglas County. And we also have some other stakeholders here today who are interested in early literacy and childhood welfare, and that is Reach Out and Read Colorado and Colorado Gives Foundation is here today to show their support behind this initiative. We just could not do it without our local nonprofit affiliates prioritizing early literacy, family opportunity, and childhood welfare in general. And we're really grateful for all the work they do to make the whole statewide program possible in the aggregate. And so we thank them, along with the governor and Senator Bridges and Representative Sirota, for making this such a key part of what Colorado is trying to achieve in terms of
making things better for families all across the state. And at this time, I don't see a representative from the Dollywood Foundation, so at this time I'd like to introduce Senator Bridges and Representative Sirota to either make remarks extemporaneously or do a bill signing. I'll turn it over to these fine representatives.
Thank you, Senator Tate. It's lovely to be here today. What a lovely thing to celebrate the millionth book. The data are so clear that reading to children from birth is incredibly valuable and important in building those early literacy skills and facility with language. It is also just a wonderful time for bonding with parents and their kids and caregivers. And my kids were fortunate enough to participate in a similar kind of program when they were little. And I just remember every month they would so look forward to that book coming in the mail and opening it and finding out what was there and crawling into my lap and getting some of that special time to delve into a whole new world, which is what books do. And so I'm so glad to be here to celebrate the millionth book and the signing of this bill to ensure that we are getting more books into the hands of kids at an early age. So thank you, Senator Bridges, Senator Tate, and Governor Polis for making this happen today.
So it was COVID, and the Capitol had shut down, and we had this little bill that had been in committee, and it's not often in committee that someone brings in peer-reviewed research. Someone says, well, this is from a journal article, and it's peer-reviewed, and it says, empirically, Dolly Parton's Imagination Library improves kindergarten readiness. It improves third grade literacy. We know that third grade literacy is one of the most important turning points in a kid's life to determine long-term success, because until third grade you learn to read. From third grade on, you read to learn. And so we had come into an education committee without a lobbyist, without the typical backing of the sort of education industrial complex in the state. We just had data. And Jack Tate and I got this bill out of the education committee. We got it to the floor, and COVID happened. I looked at Jack and I said, Jack, do we keep going with this? And he was like, we are not giving up on this bill. This is so important for kids. I think the fact that Dolly was involved might have had something to do with it. But the data is so clear on the impact that this program has. And one of the most beautiful parts about what we've seen over the last few years around the Imagination Library is people around the state interested in education, interested in kids, interested in books and learning, coming together. And the way the program was designed is that it's not a state-funded sort of just, you get it every year, no questions asked. It requires partnerships on the local level. And that does two things. One, it means that if the budget ever turns down and we're looking at programs to cut, there's a lot of people around the state who have an investment in making sure we don't cut the Imagination Library. But I think more importantly, you get buy-in, right? You get people who are invested, who have skin in the game, who know how critically important this is, and you bring people together. And you work together, and the bill we're signing today is about bringing Reach Out and Read in together with the Imagination Library to make sure that we are touching kids, that we are reaching out and getting books in the hands of kids in as many different ways as we can. And it is seeing these partnerships is just so rewarding. It is so encouraging. It's in politics, sometimes people get really turfy. I don't know if you all know this. And to see the way that people have come together around Imagination Library is just so heartwarming. I think Dolly would be very proud of the way that it's rolled out in the state and the way folks are coming together. And books for kids is just, it is an easy sell at the Capitol, and I just appreciate the support that you all have given to it. And now, 1 million books. It's huge. So congratulations to Imagination Library. Thank you to Senator Tate. This would not be here without his push. He really helped make this thing happen. And thank you, Governor Polis, for signing the bill today and for all your support. Your administration has been huge on childhood literacy and helping kids. We know the return on investment is huge, right? We know that every dollar we spend pays off down the road, but this is it's such a low-cost program with such a huge impact. And we got 1 million books out there. So thank you and congratulations to Imagination Library.
Here we go. It's official. Congratulations.